You can see my good t-shirt. Hello, my name's Katie. I'm a live event illustrator and this video is just talking a little bit about my work week now. I've got a 1.5-year-old child and so I don't want to work full time at the moment. On paper I have 12 hours of work, childcare, which sort of works out as like 9 hours by the time I've finished faffing around with dropping people off and picking them up and taking my coat off and all that. So yeah, this is a bit about how I fit all my work into 9 hours a week. Let's go! So the first terrible video, because the first point is that I don't fit all my work in and it's actually really, I'm struggling at the moment to fit everything in. I've just hired a lovely lady who's going to be like a producer to help me produce everything because I am not great at communicating with the amazing illustrators that I work with and the clients. I just feel really snowed under with like emails and stuff, and to be honest I could accidentally end up as a full-time email sender. The first lesson is like having help, so I have a lot of help. I've got an assistant, Emma, and I work with a lot of illustrators and designers and animators because I can't do everything myself. I still do a lot of the work, like the main chunk of the work myself, but then there's things like projects where we need more than one illustrator at an event, or it's a huge project. Like we just recently did like a set of cards with biases illustrated on them, and it was like 26 illustrations, so I halved the amount of illustrations with B, and then Francie did all the graphic design of the box and the cards, and it was so nice to work as a team like that. I would just love it if like the communication was slicker and somebody else was like making sure timelines were good and talking to the client about, it's like awkward conversations, isn't it, when you're like, we're kind of running over, could you send us the stuff? Or like, yeah, I just, fingers crossed that makes it easier. I also find really helpful to like have themed days, and this sounds lame, but if I tell myself like a Monday is a writing day, a Tuesday is for like working on the business things, and a Wednesday is for meetings, that helps so much. And I've recently broken my own rule and I've been putting meetings everywhere and it's just derailed anything. I don't know about you, if I know I've got a meeting coming up, I just get stuck in waiting mode and can't do anything until the meeting. So knowing that my Monday is just for writing, Tuesday is for doing executive-y, businessy things, and Wednesdays for meetings, it helps a lot. Obviously if you've only got 9 hours it's really hard to keep everything in its neat little tiny box, but it helps a bit, and if you've got more time, it's going to be even easier for you. So, leading on to the next one, boundaries. There's the reason that the calls have been mingling their way around the whole calendar. I've recently like changed up a little bit how we deal with inquiries, so I've been doing way more client calls, and that's meant that my calendar filled up really fast, and then I've just been like opening up extra slots to make people happy at my own expense. So no, yeah, the boundaries are good, and just, I think even the fact that I'm aware of that now is good because I can like finish making this video and go and fix it. Just like really clearly communicating things, like I have Fridays off. I'm quite strict about that because I like to have a whole day just doing toddler fun things, and when she has a nap I can just lie down and stare at the wall. I don't want to be like cramming work into nap times on that day. That helps. Telling people clearly what's okay and what's not okay. The other thing is tools to help. So there's loads of things that can help, like having a booking calendar link, so when somebody wants a call, rather than being like, I'm free on Wednesday, they're like, oh well I'm only free on Tuesday, oh well I'm actually free on Monday. That's terrible, it takes hours. I've got a link where they can just see when I'm available, they can click and book it, and I say like, here's my calendar booking link. If none of those times work, obviously let me know, but yeah, tools like that can save so much time. Actually, yeah, so like when I do have work time, I am now so focused compared to pre-baby, because I know my time is so limited. So if I've got an hour in the studio, faffing is at a minimum. I used to like reshuffle, I don't know what, I'd love to know what I was doing before, but now I come in, I drop my bag, I'm like, let's go. I don't even make a coffee or anything because I've had a coffee at home, or I've got a bottle of water with me. I just crack straight on, get on with work. I might open up the Groove app and do like a co-working session. That's really helpful, and it's a 50-minute block, 50 minutes, and you can just tell people what you're going to do and then you check in at the end and say whether you did it or not. And it's amazing, like when you're really focused like that, an hour of concentrated burst of effort can replace like an entire day of faffing around. When things are really busy, I do wake up, well, I wake up early anyway, but I wake up a bit earlier on purpose, or I might work at night. But to be honest, at night time, I have no brain cells. I can't do anything. Like having a little bit of flexibility around times when I can do work uninterrupted, that's really good. Yeah, now the baby is not a baby anymore, she's a toddler. She's running around and I feel terrible firstly working if she's around, and it's just not nice. It's not fair on her, it's not fair on me. So yeah, I'm definitely still figuring it out as I go, but for now, like the 9-hour thing, it's not ideal. I would like a little bit more time, but I'm making it work just. Like we're getting there. And also when I have I can't control exactly when events are for clients, so if they are happening when I don't have childcare, I do have people to call on, so like a husband or mother-in-law or like other family members are brilliant, and they do step in when I need like another pair of hands to look after her while I do a job. And the nice thing about my job is an event will be like 1 hour online. And that's really good, except when they're in person. But that's a whole other thing. I did actually make a post, I made a video, sorry, about working in person for a job in Switzerland. You could watch that here perhaps. Nearly going off on a tangent, but I won't. I'll leave it there. Eliminating distractions. That co-working is really helpful. Making the most of your most productive times of day. My brain works in the morning, that's why I've chosen to have childcare in the mornings, because I know that I'm going to be more likely to get things done then. I do say no to a lot of things still. And also like clients self-select out when they might see that my pricing isn't going to work for them, or I've also got a lot more strict on booking, so I'm booking ahead of time now. So for instance, I'm recording this in October, but I'm actually booking for January projects because I know that I'm like at capacity and I want to take December really, really slowly. So if your event is before January, it's a no automatically, don't even bother emailing me kind of thing, and that has helped a lot too. Yeah, I love learning about this stuff as I go, and I always feel like with the really exciting thing about you running your own business and being an illustrator, a self-employed creative, is that you can just figure it out and work out exactly what works for you. And how nice is that? Because if something's not working, I'm like, it's my fault, so I can fix it. And I really like that, yeah. Lovely to see you. I hope it's been useful. I'll see you soon.